Hello, chat. There we go. My mic was not working for a second there. But hi, how's everyone doing? I've set up a lot, and I still forgot to grab the right glasses for this. For some reason. I don't know why. I keep forgetting. There we go. I closed VBridger on accident. There we go. There we go. Alright, everything's good. Hi chat, how's everyone doing? I've I've done a lot since last stream. Like a lot since last stream. Alright. An unhealthy amount, one might say. I don't know. I've kind of ended up going on a tangent of fucking rigging and editing tangent since last stream. I've gone a little bit of a tangent. But first and foremost, how's everyone doing? How are you doing here? You know that you have a stream today, so I'm surprised you're not like resting or anything beforehand. But I hope you're doing well. So, few things I've done since the last stream. First and foremost, I have moved my beanbag chair into the studio. So now I have my beanbag chair. With that, I can now go to it and sit on it. I now have sitting toggles. It's also kind of a kneel, but, you know, it's whatever you make of it. With that as well, though, hands on hips. And I can do it so that I can do individual hands or both hands. That sounds about right. As well as arms crossed. I don't remember if I did arms crossed last time, but I've perfected it since last time. Technically, I also have this. It's a lollipop, but it's not like great from any angle other than like straight on. So I'm not using it until I can like actually perfect it. But it's there. It exists. It is a thing that I have made, so it is there. And then the last toggle that we have, which shows up every time you redeem a hydrate, little soda can that I realized just now that I drew backwards. Because I drew it based off of my arms crossed hands and then just flipped the image and didn't think about the fact that that's also going to flip the actual art of the can. So yeah, we have a backward soda can now, but who cares? No one's really looking. That's only for hydrates. That'll really only show up for hydrates. I'm not really worried about it. And that's everything as far as my model goes. All right, I forgot that. I forgot. I said it last stream, but I did um it didn't turn. Oh, it did turn on. I just had my arms crossed, so it looked weird. But it did turn on. So, yeah, welcome Francesca. Welcome. Oh my god, it's fucking Von Karma. I just read that. Jesus Christ, it's fucking Von Karma. Why are you here? Well, yeah, so I've done a lot since last time, and that's just for these. Now, what else I've done? Yes, my one of my arms is robotic. Lost it in a detective case once. Got it blown off. Built my own arm myself. So thank you for noticing. But yeah, so with that, I've not only changed that, I've also done a bit more with actual overlays. I've lost it to DK. DK wishes. I'm too powerful. I'm way too powerful for DK, but DK wishes. But with that, all right. Let me stand up first. I also have my regular area that I go to for the projector screen. Projector screen still works. It's just mostly going to be used for like watching videos and stuff, or specifically like art and live 2D stuff. But with that, we also now have. I brought the TV from my schedule, and I brought it in here, and now it's going to be for actual games. So I'm proud. I'm happy about that. I forgot to make a zoom toggle for it. I was supposed to make a zoom toggle for it, but I forgot. So we'll probably be looking at this resolution unless it gets annoying. Then I will do a zoom. But for now, it'll be at this. With that, I've also changed our DS. As you can see in here, we also have the couch in here. We also have the beanbag in here. I brought it in here specifically for gaming. I brought the beanbag in here to sit down. I got tired of standing. And with that as well, speaking of the DS, new DS screen with stickers all over it. I'm very happy with it. And whenever I have games, it'll actually turn on with games. But for now, this isn't bad. I don't think I changed anything else. Just like the direction things come from now is changed, but that's about it. That doesn't need to be here. Whoops. Alright, and that's that, I think. I don't think I've changed I haven't changed anything else. That's that. Speaking of my DS, it is on my table and it is dying currently. My DS is currently very much dying, and I didn't realize that till just now. So I should probably go charge that before I actually start streaming. Because the charger is not... Oh, there's a charger right here, so I could just plug it in. But hi, how's everyone doing today? Welcome, Von Karma. We always love a Von Karma in this house, so we're glad that you can make it to the peach tree today. Let me just actually bring up the TV. But yeah, today is just gonna be... Oh my god, why did it change? Today is just going to be some Phoenix Wright. I think we're approaching the end of the case we're on right now. I want to say we are anyways, but I don't actually know. I can't tell you for certain, with any amount of certainty, where we are in reference to the end of this case. But I think we are approaching... Up, and there's Prosecutor Walton. Welcome. The last thing I need to do for this model and this stream is I need to actually make the live 2D. I've been thinking about it, chat. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab... when my wife gets home and she sleeps because she's doing snow removal right now. When she gets home, I'm going to ask her if she knows how I can grab, like, if she has the stuff so I can grab my old model of Zumi off of my old hard drive. And I'm going to use Zumi as our text-to-speech again. Because I miss text-to-speech Zumi. I really do. I mean, for now, normal Zumi works perfect. Zumi's over there doing amazing. But I would love to be able to do like an actual live 2D TTS. Not that really anyone uses the TTS, but I've now rigged the TTS to more, so more people are going to find use for it. And I want to be prepared for that. That's kind of the plan anyways. Now, I believe... Which one of these is the newest one? This one. We are on the final day, the trial former. So I think we're just starting... Yeah, we're starting the next trial. Okay, cool. Actually, let me do something real fast. Just in case. Because I have a feeling someone's going to ask. Alright, that. Oh, nope, not that. That. Clone. Boom. Alright. Oh, is the game? Oh, yeah, I know why that is. I know exactly what it is, and I forgot to take it off. That I was messing around with filters based on the fact that we are playing off of a CRT. And I forgot to actually turn the bloom off, so that's my fault. There we go. There it is. It's off now. We're good. I'm trying to make the zoom real fast, so that I can do, so that just in case, I think it'll be fine. I'm not super worried about it. Oh, I'm definitely using the wrong thing, that's why. Actually, let me ask you guys, is this like screen size good? I could zoom it in. I'm working on being able to zoom it in, but I want to see if like you guys think this is gonna be okay. Because now, I guess it doesn't matter now, I've already figured it out. Really? This case? Okay. Well, I mean, shoot, if that's the case. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm not super worried about it. I mean, we've been doing really well so far. We've been doing pretty well so far, so I'm not super worried about it. You think? Okay. Uh, In that case, what I'll probably just do instead, I was gonna make the zoom. I'll probably still make the zoom later, but what I'm gonna do instead is I'm just gonna grab it and I'm just gonna just a little bit more. Just because I don't actually have a like just regular like flat screen or anything. I'm also gonna shrink zoom you a little bit so she's in the corner. There we go. How's that? I think that's a little better. To be fair, this TV is mostly made for like N64 games. Like if I were to open like an N64 game or something on the capture card, this fits perfectly. Okay? But for anything else, not as much. And I don't have a flat screen, at least not overlay yet. Honestly, my office barely has a flat, just like a regular like size TV. My office doesn't have a regular size TV in it. The closest thing I have are two CRTs like this. Actually, this is based off of my TV in the office. So, you know, I can only do but so much. But if need be, we do have. Was also working on a Zoom, so I'm not super worried about it. Been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes. Oh, hey, Edgeworth. Knowing you, you've already figured it out. Who's the owner of the 777 ID number that is? Well, I have a pretty strong hunch. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach the verdict yesterday is because there was still room for doubt regarding this ID record. If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True, not yet. In any event, once all doubt has been removed from the list, you can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, right? Chief Prosecutor Sky will be found guilty. But she didn't do it. I figured you'd say as much, and that's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. It's the first time you've ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way will ever know the truth, is to draw it out of her. The truth? Everything goes back to the SL9 incident. Don't be stupid. Today is the last day of the trial. You don't have time to reminisce about the past. That depends on you. If she's found guilty, you lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. See you in court, right? This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Grant has on her, it's now. See, my only sad thing is, I don't want to keep the TV this zoomed in because of the fact that I worked very hard on this overlay. And I'm very proud of it, and I really don't want it to just sit here like this. So I'd rather, personally, I would rather make the zoom. Court is now in session. I'm going to take this time while court is in session. And I'm going to zoom in that little bit on the zoom area that I made. It's almost not working for some reason. I don't know why. It's fucking weird. Oh, I know why. I'm stupid. That's why. Yeah, I know exactly why. I'm dumb. That usually does it. I was doing the move thing on the wrong thing, I thought. Ah, fuck it. I'll fuck with it later, I guess. For now, this'll work. I'm not super worried about it. I can't really be super worried about it, you know? Alright, who's ready to finish the case? Court now session. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Yes, we are. No, we're not. I forgot something. I forgot something. I completely forgot something. I can't believe that I almost did this whole case without it. How could I? Would you like to pin onto my shirt, please? There we go. Always have to have the attorney's badge. Always have to have the attorney's badge. Every time I do this. Defense ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Normally, this is when the prosecutor puts forth its opening statements. Before that, the police chief has a proposal to make. Chief Grant? No, there's a scuzzball. Yeah, love to see him. Isn't he great? Oh, damn. That's such a difference. I didn't even realize. Oh my god. Maybe we'll just do fucking scan lines instead. There you go, that's a little better. I'll do that. Because now it's just scan lines, so it's like literally no different. Alright. Come on, folks, everyone's doing. Hey, G, been back to the pool yet? No, I've been drowning enough as is in my work. That's a go, and don't think I can top that. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, what exactly is this proposal of yours? Lana, that is to say, the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. She wants to do what? Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. What did you do? What did you do? I don't trust you. I know you did something. What's this all about, defendant? I'd just like to make one simple request and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman. In the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. Oh my god, Lana, please. Why must you make this difficult for me? Just fucking... come on, dude. It's not that serious. It's not that difficult. Just fucking let me do my job, dog. You don't need to do all this. It's not important. Fine, whatever. Whatever. If you're gonna make this a thing, then we're gonna make this a thing, I guess. Alright, if you want to do this, you want to do it. No, Lana. Can't, Your Honor. Defendant's claim does not change the defense's plea. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. Lana. Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. Prosecution may lack direct evidence against me. That's sufficiently proven this case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly has a right to self-representation. The request is legally valid, although this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there is no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. This can't be happening. It appears the time for the verdict has arrived. The court finds the defendant. Oh. One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edward. Prosecution has not yet proven the defense guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling of this stage would certainly be premature. Come now? I have a phone call. I always have a phone call when I'm streaming. God. Sorry about that, chat. My wife came home and then needed help with something, so. But we're good now. We're back. We're back. We are back. There we go. Sorry about that. We're back now. I did not mean to keep you all waiting like that. But she, like I said, my wife was doing snow removal last night and she like just got home. She's been out since like 4 or like 6 this morning. After going out again. She only got 3 hours of sleep last night, so I had to help her get back to sleep. I understand it's a difficult time for you, but why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Grant. What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me be. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me that some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal, Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I thought so, Your Honor. Prosecutor would like to change its first witness. Oh, to whom? So its first witness on prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. Press the court hears her testimony. Miss Edwards, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to I don't care what you think, Miss Skye. The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Very well. The court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Grant? Worthy. You live to regret this. Mark my words. Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand. Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. Let's fucking go. Unrelated, I should have grabbed my glasses while I was up. Now then, witness, state your name and occupation. My name is Emma Skye. Occupation? I'm Law's little sister. I want to be a scientific investigator. 2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is this correct? Yes. Trying my hardest to forget about that, though. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events one more time. Edwards, please remember this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. It's an incident that was resolved 2 years ago. Really all that relevant? Yes, it most certainly is. Well, okay then. You sure gave in fast. Now, please testify what happened to you 2 years ago. The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. Let's fucking go, Chad. We got this. I was waiting at my sister's office that day. A man came running in and took me hostage. Neil Marshall rescued me, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. The man raised up his knife and stabbed Mr. Marshall in the chest. It's a good thing you weren't harmed. I passed out. I don't remember much. That's understandable. However, please tell me, Mr. Edgeworth, what does this testimony have to do with Detective Goodman's murder? That will soon be apparent, Your Honor. You've got to admire him for his courage, considering he has no evidence. Very well. First may begin cross-examination. Okay, let's fucking rock, chat. Cross-examining, my favorite pastime. Alright, 2 years ago. Waiting in my sister's office that day. What evidence do I have? Real fast. Just as a refresher. I have the piece of cloth, I have the evidence list, and I have the team picture. Oh, and the autopsy. Files from Joe Dark's killing solved 2 years ago. Okay, I have some stuff, but I don't know what I'm working with here. I heard it. I don't know what I'm working with here. I have stuff, but not a lot to go off of, you know? I don't even remember what fucking case this is, dude. I don't want to make any mistakes. I'm saving now. I'm saving right now, just in case. Just in case. I save on number 2, as usual, just to make sure. Hi, Ray. I didn't mean to hit my microphone. If that was loud, I'm so sorry. Okay, cool. I think we'll just do our usual of just press on everything and just see what we get. 2 years ago, the defendant was a detective at the police department, correct? Yes. She was second in command under then Deputy Chief of Police Grant. Sister, she was the best detective ever. Yes, I remember. Deputy Chief Grant and Miss Sky used to be quite the pair. Believe they shared the same office. That's right. I'd always sit at my sister's desk and dream about playing that organ. I wanted to play it that day, too. The police department and the prosecutor's office held a ceremony that day. Lana promised to take me to dinner after she finished her work. A man came running in and took me hostage. A man? Yes, Joe Dark. He was a serial killer. Joe Dark was brought into questioning on the day of the ceremony. We were desperate to get anything on him that would lead to an arrest. When he saw his chance, he fled the room, right? Upon fleeing the room, Dark proceeded to take the elevator. He must have been in a panic because the elevator was going up. Then he ran to Sky and Grant's office. There was a lot of noise coming from outside, so I opened up the door to have a look. Oh, you're white. Why would you open the door if you hear yelling? I'd close that shit so fast. That's when I saw him. Neil Marshall rescued me. What was the prosecutor doing there? That day, there were 2 people present during Dark's questioning. Deputy Chief Damon Grant and Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Almost forgot about Grant. Neil Marshall had just received the King of Prosecutors Award. Young and dedicated, he went straight to the questioning room after the ceremony. I assumed that would also be why he was the first to run in after Dark. When Dark grabbed me, I thought I was as good as dead. And that's when Prosecutor Marshall came running in. I don't clearly remember what happened then, but I'll never forget what I saw in that instant. Can you tell us about that? Mr. Marshall jumped on Dark, and then the lights went out. The lights? It was just about this time of year. There was a terrible storm going on, and lightning struck nearby. So then electricity went out. Wait a minute. It was pitch dark in that room. You shouldn't have been able to see anything, right? Right, but just then lightning flashed again outside. The sudden flash left an unforgettable image of this scene in my mind. I see. Told the detective about what I saw then. Detective? Yes, Detective Goodman. He was in charge of the case. Detective Bruce Goodman, the victim. I would like to hear more about that, actually. So you spoke with Detective Goodman about this 2 years ago? Yes. That's what's so scary about this trial. And you told Detective Goodman about what you saw. Yes, but at the time, the word just wouldn't come out. That's why I drew a picture. The picture, yes, I think she mentioned that before. Well, Mr. Wright, have you heard enough? Ask about the picture. This picture the witness drew. I believe it was very important meaning. It has a very important meaning. The list of evidence I was given 2 years ago didn't contain a picture. Witness, would you mind if we add the statement to your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. You drew a picture of that scene once, but it seemed to have been lost. What if I present the picture? Or the... Right, because this one is the one that has... Yeah, thought so. Boom, music went off. I did something right. Mr. Edgeworth. This little girl put her heart into drawing that picture. And yet, you would insist on denying its existence. Huh? Hey, I'm not the bad guy. All I'm saying is that the prosecutor of that case wasn't handed such a picture. That may well be, but it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Behold, this is the evidence list from the SL9 incident. Please turn it over, Your Honor. Turn it over. What's this? Yes. What is it? Hey, that's it. That's the picture I drew. Indeed. 2 men appear to be wrestling here. What's the meaning of this? What are you doing with that list? Me? The prosecutor in charge should have access to that list. Huh. These lists, they're different. What? It would appear, Mr. Edgeworth, that The evidence list you were handed 2 years ago was incomplete. These two lists fit together to form one. You can see the marks here where they were torn apart from each other. So you see, Mr. Edwards, it's quite obvious what happened. 2 years ago, only half of the evidence in that case ever reached you. What? What? Yeah, motherfucker, yeah. I love this. I love this game. This game's so good. This game is so good. Alright, chat, I love this game. Order, order. But Miss Sky, why did you draw your picture on the back of such an important list? Because that's what Detective Goodman handed me in the questioning room, Your Honor. Wait a minute. If this list was torn in half, then that means... Your Honor, are you alright, Mr. Wright? Your eyes are bulging from your head. If the evidence list was torn in half, there might be more of the drawing on the back of Mr. Edgeworth's list. Yes, that's quite conceivable, Mr. Edgeworth. It's possible. Let me see. Something wrong? Do you even have to ask? I love his... Sorry, Your Honor. There is indeed something drawn on the back of my list. Is that thing? Edward thought he was having a stroke because he saw the fucking... He saw the mascot again. He thought he was having a stroke. That thing. The thing was dancing in the evidence room. Clearly, this act of venom was the work of a certain chief of detectives. I guess he was out of scrap paper. That's fucking crazy. Wait, so what does the full picture look like? Can I see? What? Why would it be sideways? Is that... That's not right. Was that in his office somewhere? Huh. Very well, witness. Will you please testify the picture you drew 2 years ago? You said you hate this part? Why do you hate this part? Weird. I guess we're about to find out. Shoot. What's wrong with Emma? She seemed to be thinking about something when she was looking at that picture. Emma's picture. Ooh, that was my whole neck that just popped. This is a picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash of lightning was bright. All that I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. The picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. But that doesn't explain why you saw the fucking mascot, though. I think a flash of lightning could burn images in your mind. She was able to show us exactly. Thanks to that, though, she was able to show us exactly what she saw. You didn't see something. Let me see something. Let me look at something. Huh. A random thing I just, like, noticed out of nowhere. Don't mind that. He shows Joe Dark about to murder prosecutor Neil Marshall. The defense may now begin his cross-examination. What am I supposed to do with that? Okay, hang on. I guess that's fair. Hang on. Kind of weird that the dude looks like he's looking forward and not... He looks like he's looking forward and he's not looking backwards, but he was stabbed in the back. Also, random thing else. The award, or not the award, the statue I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just fucking grasping here, but it's kind of fucking weird. This picture I drew 2 years ago. The flash lightning was bright, so all I could see were shadows. After that, I must have fainted. This picture shows exactly what I saw in that instant. Okay, that means the ad's gonna start soon. I'm glad to see that that didn't properly work the way I was hoping it did. So yeah, that's another thing I did. I made it so that Zumi will tell us when there's an ad coming up. And I might have forgotten to make sure that the timer is actually correct on it, so... Let me fix that real fast. I just realized desktop audio is still on. Yeah, we're hearing double audio this whole time, weren't you? Whoops. Anyways, that does mean an ad's gonna start soon, so I'm not gonna do anything super busy. They used the right command. I don't know why the command's not working. Yeah? Did you? Alright, well, that's not bad then. It was something I was testing out because I wanted to make sure that, like, I wasn't doing anything too... I spelled minutes wrong. That's why. Hang on, let me try this again. Oh well, it doesn't matter. No, do not close out and mix it up. But at least now I have that set up so that next time, if there's an ad, you guys are going to be aware in advance. That was kind of the plan. She shows exactly what I saw in this. That's strange. She claims this is exactly the scene that was imprinted in her mind, and yet, it's clearly a contradiction here. Oh yeah, I guess there would be a contradiction, because if that's what she saw, how is there more to it? Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I know it's... Oh, fuck. I did the wrong thing. That's not what I meant. 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 I presented the wrong thing, I guess. I mean, that feels like a stretch. My thought process is maybe what she's saying, what the contradiction is, the fact that that knife already has a cut in it. Oh wait, no, I was right. I said it earlier. I said it earlier. He's facing forward in the picture, but the autopsy shows that he got stabbed in the back. Unless he got pushed to the ground and then stabbed, which I mean is possible, but unless that's what happened, it's contradictory to believe that he could have been facing forward in the instance and then gotten stabbed in the back. As well as, and this is also just a hypothetical, that knife definitely looks like it has its back to it. Like it has a it's not sharp, it's a blunt object. I don't know. I'm grasping at straws, but I think if we show the autopsy on this one, that might show something different. Because he was stabbed in the back and died of a punctured heart and lungs. with a knife tip missing, but that's showing a knife tip already missing. Okay, I was right. I was on something. Let's go. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this picture the witness drew contains a blatant contradiction. What? But I still remember it like it was yesterday. Mr. Wright, perhaps it would be faster if you simply pointed out this contradiction to us. Oh, now I actually have to prove my shit. Fuck. Is it? Fuck it. I'm going to... Yeah, no, he could have been pushed back, but this is still a thing. Is that knife is clearly has no point. Contradiction, of course, lies here. Take a look at the knife and the man is holding. You look closely, you can see its tip is broken. Even I don't have to look closely to see that, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, look at the evidence. See the murder weapon? The tip is broken too. If I recall, the tip of the knife was found broken off in the victim's body. It was a conclusive piece of evidence to prove Joe Dark was the murderer. I'm afraid it's not that simple, Emma. Okay. And where, pray tell, could you possibly see a problem? It's obvious, really. The victim suffered a single stab wound to the back. If the victim was the one only stabbed once, then the murder weapon should not yet be broken. What's the meaning of this? Perhaps the knife was broken beforehand. Sorry, but I'm afraid that's not possible. The tip of the knife was found inside the victim's body. If it was broken beforehand, it couldn't possibly wind up there. That's right. Oh. The tip of the knife was undeniably discovered within the victim's body. The only possible explanation of the witness's memory is mistaken. That's why I asked her so many times if she was sure she remembered correctly. I believe you were annoyed at the time. She was sure she remembered correctly. But there's no other way to explain this inconsistency. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. There is another explanation. Okay, 30-second ad. Alright. Well, Zumi's doing it. She's doing her job. She's saying that there's ads, but I have no actual way to tell if there is, in fact, an ad in this singular instance. You know what I mean? So I can't, like, guarantee that there is, or is not, an ad right now. I guess there's no ad anymore. Okay, cool. That's that. Thank you, Zumi. I'm gonna pause every time Zumi says that there's an ad. There's supposed to be an ad every 30-second ad every hour, I believe. So I'm making sure to be very conscious of that ad, because I don't want people to miss shit. I'm trying not to, anyways. Have you forgotten already? We got a little something called falsified evidence. You're treading on thin ice, right? All I'm saying is that this broken knife tip might be the piece of evidence that was forged. You can't deny the possibility. No. Ah. Yeah, stupid. Order. Are you saying the investigation really was corrupted? Your Honor, please allow me to once again go over the evidence that took place the day of the murder. The police department and the prosecutor's office was holding a ceremony that day. After receiving the King of Prosecutors award at the ceremony, Neil Marsh questioned Joe Dark along with Damon Grant. Hang on a second. I'm gonna look at something. What if this piece of cloth is a piece of Marshall's jacket or something? During the questioning, Joe Dark fled the room. Prosecutor Marshall chased after him and was killed by Dark. It is my belief that somewhere in this story, there is a lie. I'm not lying. Man really was holding up a broken knife. If that's true, then there's no other way around it. This could not have been the actual murder weapon. There must have been another broken knife. What are the chances of there being two broken knives? Another broken knife beside Joe Dark's? Could there have been one? There is the fucking trophy. Because the knife was soon removed from the trophy. Hold on. Wait a second. Would I Would I present this? Or no, I would present the picture because the new one doesn't have it anymore. The witness is this adamant about the accuracy of what she saw. Can't just be explained away by simple observational error. Go take a nap. I'm surprised you're still even up. Go take a nap. I'll be at your stream later. You were streaming earlier, I'd raid you, but you're not. So I will be at your stream later. I don't know for how long, because I still have some work to do on a commission model that I'm working on, but I will be there. I'll probably be there while watching it. But you go take your nap. You have a good nap. Thank you for being here as long as you were. Wait, by simple observational error. Mr. Wright. In that instance, Emma really did see a broken knife. I assume, then, that you have some information about this other broken knife, so please, feel free to enlighten us. The murder weapon was already broken prior to the murder. There's only one way. Take a look at this. Here's the real murder weapon. Yeah, because the broken knife's already there. The answer lies in the past, 2 years in the past. Right here inside this picture. This is the picture of the award ceremony. What is it, Mr. Edwards? It's the broken murder weapon. Notice the award prosecutor marshal was holding. That's it, a broken knife. As we already concluded, the knife in the drawing was not Joe Dark's knife. That being the case, the knife the witness saw was in all likelihood from this award. You be here in spirit, but you go take a nap. That's wild. That's so weird. Neil Marshall was awarded King of Prosecutors that day. As an award, he was given the broken shield and knife. When he chased after Joe Dark, he pulled out this knife. Being a prosecutor, he did not carry a pistol. The broken knife was the only weapon he had in this dangerous situation. But that can't be. Oh, and why not, Mr. Edward? Because if the King of Prosecutors award knife was the murder weapon, the murderer and the victim would be reversed. What do you mean? I mean, that man raising a knife would have been Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Oh. Oh. I love that they're both discovering things slowly in this case. The prosecutor was the one who actually died. That's true. What's going on here? It seems Mr. Wright has been a bit too eager to jump to conclusions. Wait, I remember now. I remember everything. Witness? Mr. Edworth. What is it? Could you show me your evidence list again, please? His list? The one with that picture scribbled on the back? I knew it. Picture. I'm the one who drew it. What? You drew that? That's right. The list wasn't torn in half at the time I drew this picture. All this time I've been trying so hard to forget. Must have locked this part away deep inside. Perhaps it would be best if we add this to the witness testimony. Would you please tell us what you recall in this guy? Yes, Your Honor. First the knife mix-up, and now the blue badger. This should be interesting. When I saw that man raise his knife, I panicked. I rushed towards both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then there was another flashlight, and that's when I saw the blue badger. He was in the room. I'm sure I saw it, but I'm sure I saw his shadow. What the fuck am I supposed to do with that? Do I even have anything that could potentially prove that? I don't think so. Unless this makes something. No, I didn't think so. The fuck do I have to prove? What am I supposed to do with that? Huh. That's a stretch. That's a stretch, I'm sure. I'm going to ignore that. We'll come back to that. Random thing I just saw. We'll come back to that. Clearly most unusual. Try impossible. The chief directive hadn't even designed him until this year. That would mean he didn't even exist 2 years ago. Yes, well, the defense... Stop, please. Don't pursue this any further. Lana. So the meaning of this. Priya remains seated in the defendant's chair. But you can't do this. I've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that? To Prosecutor Sky. We've already come this far. It's too late to turn back. Fair enough. I see we're finally getting to the core of the matter. What am I supposed to do? The only thing I have is a random hunch. The random fact that the Blue Badger's head looks like the vase a little bit, but not even. Well... I mean, the vase was broken, but that's all I have to go off of right now. I have nothing to go off of. I really don't. I'm just gonna have to start throwing shit at a wall and hope it sticks, I guess. Like, the fuck am I supposed to do? Other than save again in case I fuck it up. Because if I fuck it up, I'm not doing this whole trial over again. I'd be damned. Panicked and rushed toward both of them. I think I knocked away the man with the knife. Just then, there was another flash lightning, and this one I saw it, the Blue Badger. That's the only part that I need, like, any clarification. Are you sure about this? Of course. See, I even drew a picture of him here. But it was the chief of detectives who thought up this hideous beast. And that was just this year. Blue Badger didn't exist 2 years ago. This is all quite verifiable. I know it sounds strange. I was surprised too when I saw him at the police department. I had this nagging feeling that I've seen him somewhere before. I finally remember. Oh, brother, just when you thought that things had caused enough commotion. Tell us, where in the room did you see him dancing? I went in the room. I sure saw his shadow. I don't have anything to work off of. I really don't. What the fuck am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Murder didn't even exist 2 years ago, so what exactly did Emma see? I got all the evidence. All that's left now is put the... That sentence is telling me to do the vase, isn't it? That sentence is telling me to do the vase because that's the only thing I've had to put together this whole time is that vase. They're asking what she saw. He said put all the pieces together. That's the only thing I've had to put together, so I'm just gonna fucking shoot my shot and hope it fucking works. The music stopped. I'm fucking right. I hate it here. What the fuck does that mean? What is that? What? That's it. What is it exactly? I believe it's some sort of jar. But Mr. Wright, it doesn't look anything like the Blue Badger. Indeed, it doesn't. As it stands now, it's just a plain jar. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint? What? I was right. You're lying to me. I do not need pixel perfect precision. So I need... like, 2 ears? What the fuck am I supposed to do? That kind of looks like it, I guess. That kind of looks like it. A little bit. But I don't fucking know. What am I supposed to do with that? That's like the only thing I could think of. Maybe I just need to rotate it a little bit? No, fuck! That isn't right. I fucked it up. Why is it E and R to rotate? I'm going to fucking kill myself. I'm thinking we're doing something along those lines. Maybe I need the rest of these upwards? That's a little better. Yeah? That's kind of it. Oh my god, it is gonna be... Apparently can't get dead people to testify. This has all been a wild goose chase from the beginning. Touche, Miss Sky. Of course, it only leaves us with one possibility. You mean there's still another possibility? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The possibility that the victim has left us a message. For better or for worse, Mr. Marshall did not die instantly. He may have left behind the name of the person who took his life. One manner or another. It's impossible. All I have is a vase, so I have to pick the vase. Mess from the descent. Such a mess exists. I've got to think back to the court record. Rumor's name, the victim may have been left behind. Is in the evidence. It has to be. That's all I have. This message from the deceased is already in our possession. Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer? Do you not be mistaken, Miss Sky? Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There's only one thing we seek, the truth. No matter how painful it may be. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show us a piece of evidence that conveys a message from the deceased. The closest thing that would have been to him when he died is that vase, because that's the only thing next to him when he died. There's nothing else, so I have to pick the vase. That's all I have. Fuck it. What do I have to lose at this point? The mess left by this. I'm gonna just speak the code name. That thing could, I'm sure it would. Looks like everyone's forgetting this is just a jar. The mess was left here, on the surface of the jar. What do you mean? Look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood on this jar. Looks like someone wiped the blood away. Yes, but notice, for some reason, the blood on some of the fragments was not wiped away. Oh, it's written in kanji. So what you're saying is that these dots were once lines? Is it written in kanji? Am I onto something? Hold on. I might be onto something, Chad. Professor Marshall did not die instantly. He used a few precious moments left to him to leave behind a message. One that someone apparently wiped away. But blood must have seeped into the jar where the lines changed directions. Precisely so. All we need to do is connect these points, and the victim's message will become apparent. No. Oh no, Lana's losing it. Your Honor, I believe these bloodstains will reveal us the answer. Gotta connect these dots to make a letter. There's only one thing the victim would have written, given the circumstances. Oh, I see it. I already see it. So how do I do this? Do I just click? Okay, I got it. That's all I can do, because I can't... There's not a lot of chances that it's gonna let me, like, actually do that. Take that! It's defense attorney's duty to prove their client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. After all my efforts, I never thought it would turn out like this. Emma, so this is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. This is gonna be the moment when Lana, like, fucking freaks out. Is she gonna freak out? Of all people, she may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma Skye. This feels like the part where Lana freaks out because you know how, like, in every game, like, the person who's in trouble starts to, like, fucking lose their mind, you know? Is this the part? No. Okay, he just steps in. Hi, Grant. Chief Grant. You understand the implications of what you're doing? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He was convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in that case, were you not? Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction. Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know? We aren't defenders of justice. What? We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death is no light matter, even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery. Ultimately, the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, the fact cannot be denied. What's going on at the prosecutor's office? Jesus. Holy shit. The gravel pounding fell on deaf ears. Unable to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. Where this trial is heading, no one knows. That's horrible. That's dark. That's terrifying. Okay. So what we're working on right now is that Emma's the one who killed Grant. Or not Grant. Emma's the one who killed what's his name? Emma killed not Grant. Marshall. Emma killed Marshall. And then with Marshall dead, Lana worked out a deal with Grant to keep her from ever knowing it. That's fucking rough, dude. Alright, let's fucking keep going, I guess. Sorry, Ashworth. I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't worry about it. This is my problem, not yours. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Hey, Gumshoe. Oh, I guess I am. I'll come back later. Anyway, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run around while on duty. Top it all off, you call me here? I've seen happier people at funerals. Take as long as having you run errands again. Let me tell you, this is the last time, pal. Here, she asked me to give you this if there was a break in today's trial. Evidence law, Edgeworth was talking about that just the other day. You must know the 2 rules of evidence trial. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Is that right? Seems so. At least study some evidence law, really. The prosecutor also wanted me to give you a message. A message? She said, if you're planning to take him on, you're going to need this book. This book specifically? I guess I'll need to give this book a thorough read. Don't look like all that book will do any good now, though. All that's left now is Chief Prosecutor's sentence. That's where you're wrong, Detective. Huh? Haven't you figured it out yet? Why I'm still sitting on the prosecutor's seat? Despite all these allegations being thrown at me? Edgeworth. The real trial today hasn't begun yet. What? What's there left to do? Your credibility's been all but ruined with this forged evidence you were unaware of. Skye found out she unwillingly caused a man's death, and now you're telling me you want to do more? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Let me look at this book real fast. Rules to make evidence. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Unnecessary evidence for them must be relevant to the case on trial. How am I supposed to do that? You're missing the point, Detective. Lana didn't murder Detective Goodman. She's merely stuck a knife into his dead body. That means the real killer is still out there. What? And we're going to expose him, no matter what it takes. This case has hurt too many people. It's time to bring it to an end. Jesus, this is rough, dude. Oh no, reconvened for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. An inquiry committee is planning to impose harsh penalties for your actions. Thank you for the news, Your Honor. Yes, well, normally this is where the prosecutor calls forth a witness, but, cough, cough. This is easy to say. You see, there's some concerns that you, Mr. Edgeworth, may have, struck a bargain. You think I may have manipulated the witness? I didn't say that. It's just, you see, everyone has been talking, and... Very well, Your Honor. I have a solution. A solution. That being the case, the prosecution will allow the defense to call forth all future with further witnesses. What? There's no precedence for what you're proposing. Undeniably, this is an unusual arrangement, but a very effective one. I would prove that I haven't struck any deals with the witness. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? Unbelievable. Edgeworth has found a way to continue the trial. Very well. Defense accepts the prosecution's proposal. Then it's settled. Then, defense, you may now call forth your next witness. Mr. Wright? You do realize this is your last chance. If you call the wrong witness, this trial is as good as over. The defense calls. Time's finally come to bring out the real murderer. And we all know it's this big-ass fucker. I want Grant now. The defense calls Damon Grant to the stand. Damon Grant? What does he have to do with anything? As a defense partner 2 years ago, Miss Grant has first-hand knowledge of the crime. I feel we should hear what he has to say about it. As luck would have it, he should still be in the courthouse. He would also be the least likely to have been manipulated by me in any way. Wouldn't you agree, Your Honor? True, all right. Bailiff, please escort Mr. Grant to the stand. I love how he just, like, looks down and up and just fucking twirls his hair like a fucking freak. I hate him. I hate him. I really do. I hope he gets caught. I hope I catch him. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this? Some kind of practical joke? Just on my way to lunch. Your name and occupation, sir? Worthy, are you sure you want to do this? Your name and occupation. So, you want to play hardball, eh? Please, Mr. Grant. Fine. My name is Damon Grant. I am the acting chief of police. Now then, Chief Grant, court requests to hear your testimony. Oh, righto. What's with the grim face? First, let's clear up the SL9 incident. Oh, you mean that time when Lana's sister murdered the prosecutor? Personally, I think it's been made pretty clear already. There's still some things unaccounted for. Oh, like what? Like the role you played in all of this. Son, you're very brave or very foolish. You're aware of the course that a police chief has all kinds of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? Sure. Take my testimony, for example. I don't have to give it if I don't want to. What? Is that true? Afraid so. Chief of police have the right to refuse the testimony. Of course. Such acts carrying with it certain risks. Don't worry. I'm not here to hinder your trial. Just remember, if this turns out to be a big waste of time, don't say I didn't warn you. Okay. Let's fucking rock. As I recall, Neil and I were questioning him that day. Make a long story short, we slipped up. Purge didn't help either. When I went to my office, I found Lana there. Apparently, she had already arranged the crime scene. As you can see, I had nothing to do with the forgery. Why did you make sure to bring up that part? You did, because you had the last piece of him. He was lying on the floor unconscious. When Emma sent Neil flying, seems Dark bumped his head. I see. Everything seemed pretty clear-cut. Police chief was right to refuse to testify. I better hit him hard and fast. Okay, I already know what I'm hitting on. I already do. I already know what I'm hitting on. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. This. Because he says that he had nothing to do with the forgery, and yet the last piece of the pod was found in his safe. You claim you had nothing to do with the forgery. I'm afraid that is a claim you cannot back up. Explain yourself. Several pieces of evidence were found in your office. Take this jar, for example. That's the blue badge you showed us earlier. A piece of this jar was discovered in your safe. Not only that, but the evidence list presented earlier was actually found inside your desk. You see, Chief Grant, those articles of evidence uncovered in your office are both concrete proof that you also played a part in the illegal investigation. Chief Grant, what is the meaning of this? Oh, here's a defense attorney who may even rival Worthy. So you admit then that you were involved in the forgery? Who, me? Or do you mean you? Me? Why would I have anything to do with that? Well, you were the one who stuck it to my office when you found this evidence. Viewers aren't the only ones capable of forging evidence, you know. Defense attorneys can do so too. Isn't that right, Wright? However, Detective Gumshoe was present during the investigation. Worthy, my boy. Not even detectives are exempt from the law. Rest assured, Dick will receive his due punishment. What? If Detective Gumshoe's salary drops any further, he'll end up paying to work. Yes, well, in light of Detective's presence, please give us your testimony regarding these pieces of evidence found in your office. If they are relation to the forgery that took place in the crime scene. My. Kids these days no longer know how to put two and two together. Okay. Let's see. What was it now? A jar fragment and a list? For all I know, you could have planned those there in my office. Anyways, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. They were found after Dark was convicted, then they're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in forgery. Being in a crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. I mean, yes, it would if it was done on your side of the office. Mr. Wright, yes, Your Honor. Investigating the crime scene, you should have been more careful to observe protocol. You understand that I am the Chief of Police, right? There will be consequences. Oh, indeed, I believe I will press charges, so you won't make the same mistake again. My apologies, Chief, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow for that? Today is, well, you know. Alright, OG, in return, though. I know. That place, right? Huh? What are these guys, telepathic? Alright. A piece of his words caught me, because he really specified the rearranging the crime scene. I don't know why that, hit me weird, because he's saying it weird. Hey, Chief Grant, at the very least, there's one very large benefit you've reaped from this. Oh, I wasn't aware of. What is this benefit? That would, of course, be the position you have, Chief of Police. Oh? Resolution of the SL9 incident secured your position to the Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive. Fair? That's a good one, huh? You really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without that case, I was already in line to become the next Chief. Resolution of SL9 merely sped up the inevitable a little. Is that true, Edgeworth? Yes. He was going to be made Chief anyways. Careful when pointing that finger. You might wind up being the one pointed at. So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else. Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. There. It's out in the open now. Uji, would you mind if I change my testimony a little? By all means, please do. Why would you say Why wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me? Oh, we know there was! By putting Lana in the other branch, he now controls both. And for you, sorry, but there's only one person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Lana's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again. You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone. Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised. You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though. That's a good one, Worthy. Would there have been something in it for him? His selfishness. Help someone out. True. You might not help out anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone. Mr. Wright, appears you're positively determined to portray the Chief as a nice man who likes to lend people a hand. That's not quite what I meant. Not what I had in mind, but sure. Very well then. Who is the person you believe Chief Grant may have helped forge evidence? Lana, because they're both the only ones with things to gain in this whole case. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye, the defendant? I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Lana Skye fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. You don't want to help her more than her own sister Lana. Chief Grant, he also have a reason to help Lana if she asked him to. The reason, of course, self-profit. Self-profit? What do you mean? After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Skye was appointed Chief Prosecutor at the Prosecutor's Office. The person who arranged that job change was you, Chief Grant. But how could he profit from all this? He'd be able to use a Chief Prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all investigations. Do you mean to tell me that despite the Chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Judge, brother, come the fuck on. Oh wait, you must, oh my god, admit it, Chief. It's just a Lana Skye and forging evidence. The motive to appoint her Chief Prosecutor so you can control her. Right, oh my boy, you have quite an imagination. Let me ask you something. What? You have any proof of this, that I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana, she's keeping quiet to protect Emma. No, she'd testify against Grant. Afraid without any proof, that's all amounts to more than mere conjecture. There it is. Unless, it's also what happens in that instance. This instance, or which one would that be? Of course I'm talking about the detective, the murderer Bruce Goodman. Chief Prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. It's as if someone has been controlling her. Were they? You'd better watch your tongue. Did we ever find out who was the one that last keycard belonged to? No, we didn't. What if it's Lana's? I don't want you to get hurt. Just what do you mean? What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Grant is involved in a murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover up his involvement. What? That's stupid. I love this. Mr. Wright, you can't be serious, huh? This is an affront to the highest-ranking officer in your law enforcement agency. Accuse Chief Police of blackmail and murder? Impossible. Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what Mr. Edwards said in easier-to-understand language. It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now. It's like he's the one who decided to go through with this. Could you prove this? Oh, because he's the only one with that clearance. Good question. Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Grant is just a man. Question is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell. I see. Alright then. Let's see what Mr. Wright has, and it better be good. Show us the evidence that Chief Grant... Right. Because the last keycard we have missing is a higher ranked official. And now we're blaming him with something. We can ask for his number. This is the ID card list. Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There's one ID on the list we couldn't determine by the owner yesterday. Hang on, I want to see something. No. Okay, anyway. Determined by the owner yesterday. Also, sorry, but there's no way you can prove that my card's number. If it's your number. What? How do you know that? Safe Chief Grant's office requires a code to open. A 7-digit code. 7 digits. You don't mean... Afraid so, Your Honor. The code was all 7s. The same as the remaining ID number on the list. Chief Grant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. Oh, he's sweating. He's fucking sweating. Chief Grant, what do you have to say? Nothing. The defense search on my office was in violation of regulation. I will demand Mr. Wright be punished for the to the maximum extent of the law. But right now, the court demands an explanation from you about the use of this ID card. Fair enough. Shit. Like, fuck you, Grant. So you admit it. You entered the evidence room on the day of the crime? What about it? Chief of police. Or it's the evidence room or the bathroom. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want. Tell me, when you're in the room, were you alone? I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room. Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day, would he? Of course not. Why would he be? I haven't seen him in days. You haven't seen him in days, Chief Grant? Afraid you just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman. That's the day he lost his ID, isn't it? No, it isn't, Your Honor. This trial has the purpose of determining the truth. Chief Grant met the victim on the day of the crime. And we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting? In that case, Mr. Wright, I'm going to have to ask for evidence. Shows proof that the victim went to meet... Not you. Not you. Where is it? I would assume the lost items report, right? That's the only thing that I could think of that had his name on it. So, boom. Because he would have had to submit it to Chief of Police. Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime. Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall stole it. So Detective Goodman filled out this lost items report. He would have had to give that report to the Chief of Police. That you are in possession of the report, which means he can't be sure if he filled it. He filled it. How do I know, you ask? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day. He needed to, yes, to transfer the evidence out. Oh, Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Grant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room. I accompanied him? There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. Hold on, let me guess what you're gonna say next. I, the Chief of Police, murdered poor Goodman. Exactly. But wait, Chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. He could have just lent him his ID card. Yes, now that would... Oh. Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the records, your card was only used once. Yet you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, you wouldn't have gotten it back. It would have been found on his body. No. There it is. There he is freaking out. That's what I wanted. I wanted to see him freak out. I love seeing them freak out. Chief Grant, you didn't. The murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in their right mind would choose a police department as a place to commit murder. After murder, you contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Tex Goodman's body, of course. You're forgetting, Mr. Wright. The victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How do you manage to move it there? There's a police department the entire day, you know. Everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony. Everyone except me, it seems. Still, you're the chief of police. You have an entire police force at your disposal. So you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey, you take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office? Don't you think so? Chief Grant? You have all the evidence we need. Prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. And all the time I thought it was a useless clue just taking up space. What? Something he would have used to move the body. A useless piece of evidence that I've had this whole time? The only thing I can think of is the Blue Badger. It has a handprint on it, and it is smudged. Do I have something else I've been holding on to for a while? What the fuck could he have used? I don't know. I don't have... I have two things that he said that he's been holding on to this whole time that he hasn't had any use for, and it's the Blue Badger, and I don't think... No, I've presented the Blue Badger. This is the only thing I have yet to present, is this damn screwdriver. Grant did request it go to Edgeworth. I don't have any other bet. I have no other basis. Am I missing something? bucket. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body. Also, the mail's here. I want to get it real fast. And it's mail for the previous tenant. Who could have seen that coming? This is gonna sound stupid. What's that? A screwdriver? What does it have to do with the case? Mr. Edgeworth, think back to the day of the crime. What is the screwdriver doing here? What is the screwdriver doing here? It's here because... I was asked to go. By Chief Grant, no less. Told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office, prosecution office. In any case, on the day of stabbing, I brought this back here. After the ceremony ended that day. Yeah, okay, I get it. I see. I didn't plan to return to the prosecutor's office, but you did. Because Chief Grant asked you to. You mean the body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car. Detective Goodman's body was carried in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car? Yes. Unless, of course, you have another explanation, Chief. Or else would you have asked Mr. Edgeworth to transport evidence from a closed case? There's only one plausible explanation. Transport the body of your accomplice, Miss Lana Skye. What's going on here? Is there no room for rebuttal to the defense's outrageous accusations? Think back to this photograph. The photograph Miss Starr took at the prosecutor's office. It was not a photo of the body being stuffed into the trunk or being taken out. It was exactly the opposite. There's a photo of the body being taken from the trunk. Chief Grant, please say something. I believe your time is up. My time? Sorry, Righto, but I'm having lunch with the district attorneys general after this. Have to get going if we're to make it time for the early bird special. But the cross-examination isn't finished yet. Remember, what I had told you earlier, police chief has all kind of weapons at his disposal. Weapons? The right to refuse to testify. I'm invoking that right. What? It is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. So you're going to just run away after all this? Run away, don't make me laugh, Worthy. I stabbed old Goodman. That's what you're saying, right? If you have any conclusive evidence, you would have presented it by now. Well, You think I had Lana dispose of... For what? Oh, minutes. 4 minutes. 4 minutes for an ad. Think I had Lana dispose of the body? If so, then show me your proof and get over it. I'll say it again, Mr. Wright. Damon Grant is the current chief of police. The Crow will now tolerate any accusation against him without concrete proof. Well, Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you have any concrete proof? Proof that Chief Grant murdered Detective Goodman and made Skye dispose of the body. Do you have any concrete evidence? I don't. I really don't. I don't, but I know someone who does. Hang on, I have an idea. No use showing evidence, I'm not sure of myself. No, Your Honor, at present, I have no conclusive evidence. See, Edgy? In that case, this court is forced to penalize you for your allegations against the chief. What? Yes, sir. Never again what you can't afford to lose, right? It seems that Lady Luck was on my side again tonight. Okay, Edgy, I'll leave the rest to you. I warned you earlier, Mr. Wright. This is an affront to the senior officer of our nation's law enforcement agency. Lady Luck, huh? Maybe we should have a word with her. Miss Edgeworth, what do you mean? There's one lady who knows the real truth behind this trial. We haven't yet had the honor of hearing her testimony. Lady who knows the truth, another witness. In the absence of conclusive evidence, the only other method is to prove a testimony. Chief Grant has invoked his right to refuse testimony. Testifying, there is still someone else, one more witness who can answer all the questions. Raised in this trial, someone's right in this very room. Edgeworth, who is this person? Why are you asking me, Your Honor? Have you forgotten? The defense is the one calling the witnesses today. Mr. Wright, do you have such a witness as this? She may not be willing to tell the truth, but she can't just stop now. Lana yet again. Defendant, Miss Lana Skye. She was in the underground parking lot at 5:15 p.m. on February. Her task to dispose of the victim's body. In accordance with a certain someone's orders, Mr. Edgeworth, prosecution has no objections, Your Honor. Very well. The court will now take its final recess for the day. In 15 minutes, we will reconvene here to defend its testimony. Court is now adjourned. Chief Grant, I thought you were going to eat. Listen good, Lana. Talking to Lana. I don't think you need me to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claims, there'll be terrible consequences. That's right. Your sister will be found guilty of Neil Marshall's murder. Ah, this isn't good. Of course, you never support such outrageous claims anyways, right? Just something to think about. Alright then, I've got a lunch date to meet. Someone arrest that man. I'm fucking tired of him, dude. Okay, if there aren't any further objections, this court's now in recess. Someone arrest Grant. Like, get rid of Grant. He's pissing me off. He is pissing me off. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I really do. He is so annoying. That ad should start in a second, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna give the ad a second to start. Because it should start any second. I should get that notification that the ad started. I would assume anyways. What does Twitch itself say? Because I don't want to start an ad. I don't want to start anything if there's about to be an ad. That's like my whole reason for putting that timer on the first place. Yeah, it starts in about 40 seconds. So, I would rather just wait. Because Twitch tells me when ads start. So, there's no reason for me to not, you know. Oh, think about it. Might as well. I guess we're not getting an ad then. Okay, cool, sure, fuck it. We didn't get the ad, so I'm not gonna, like, question. I'm not gonna question or anything. The ad didn't play, so the ad didn't play. And that's kind of enough for me. Alright, cool. We'll go back to the game then. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. Yeah, Chief, he's something else, eh, pals? Take a gumshoe. Ha! I'm not a detective anymore. Oh yeah? Sorry about that. Don't worry. I've already decided where to work now. At your office. My office? Sure. I'll take the place of that top Naya girl you used to work with. What do you mean? Maya? Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Ramp's done it again. How does he always get the upper hand? Not fair. He has the right to refuse to testify. Ow. Settle down, Wright. Remember what the judge said. The chief. That's not a right to be casually invoked. Certain risks to be considered. Risk? What do you mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? There's the ad. Hypothetically, there's the ad anyways. I can technically run ads whenever I want to, is a funny part. I don't know. I could do it. I'm just gonna wait 30 seconds. Just in case. Alright, and apparently we're good. Em, are you okay? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. Been listening to the trial from the gallery. So you heard everything that's been going on. Remember, I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somewhat relieved. Relieved? Yeah. Now I finally know what's really happened. To think that all this time, sister would have been being blackmailed by that terrible man, and she did it all just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it's easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Grant's order, she must have shut herself up deep inside to force herself to do anything and everything the chief told her to do. That must be why she became so cold. It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. Hey, don't go blaming yourself. Don't blame anyone. Blame society, pal. Grant may be able to fool everyone else with this forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. Knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see. We better get back in time for that final act, then. You want me to lunch away here? No, I'm going with you. I want to be there. Alana tells the truth. Let's go, Wright. It's time to end this. Alright, let's end this. We've been streaming for 2 hours, 5 minutes. I'm finishing this case. I will finish this case today. My wife is asleep. I think my roommate went back to sleep. I'm finishing this case today. I have nothing else to do today. This case is getting finished tonight. Alright. Tonight. Okay? It's getting finished. February 25th, 2:21 p.m. District Court Room number 9. Now then, will the defense, Miss Lana Sky, please take the stand. Miss Lana Sky, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. Mr. Edwards, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Sky. Now remember, you're under oath. We want to hear the truth. Of course, the truth. Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. Oh, that's cute. Now your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about the relationship with Chief Grant. Everything hinges on your testimony. The only chance we have to get Grant. To set you free, dog. I worked alongside Grant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. Fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. Found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. You're sure about this testimony, Your Honor? Confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure. Lana, if this is true, then that means Chief Grant has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you gotta help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. What if she's telling the truth? She's not. I know my own sister. And if she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside, deep down. She's really screaming in agony. Yeah, there's no time to start second-guessing myself. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Let's fucking rock. Alright, so I'm skipping past... We're getting past the stuff we know. We know she's worked alongside Grant for years. We know that. Of course she's gonna say that. I'll press on it, but, like, I bet you she's not gonna say anything more. Think about it, Miss. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Testimony you cannot present in court is either... Something like that. That's so. What happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a sword. What did you do? For all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. Broke off the tip of Dark's knife. Didn't we already establish that it wasn't? You put on the tip and then you moved the body. But why? Why would you do that? You know what people should know, Edgeworth. You always have been good. You always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't all that bad, but maybe I'd ask this for the sake of others. Actually, fuck that knife. I don't care about the knife. Why'd you move the body? When you showed up on the scene, what exactly was the victim's body? It was where you deduced it, by Chief Grant's desk. The body was found in your desk, by your desk. Why'd you move it there? Reason for that simple. Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Sky moved the body. Pieces of the jar that shattered during the event threatened my plan. Pressing on that. Piece of jar, you mean? Yes. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, but I would be more expedited to move the body. So, first found the body, the jar was already... Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. I thought my cat was scratching our couch. Look at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Marshall was dead, and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have been broken during their struggle. I see. Come on, Irma. Apparently, the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I feel there's more to it than that. There is a contradiction. How could that jar have been shattered if he drew on it? That jar couldn't have been broken at the time of the struggle if it was Get this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest? It looks like a part of it's been cut out of for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. It's going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Yes, sir! Eat shit, Grant. You fucked yourself up. Impressive, to be honest. I didn't think you had the gall, righto. Well, I can't let you pin me up as a murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit it? The first person to arrive at the scene of that day. It then occurred to me I could use the situation to control Lana, so you really were manipulating her. I knew Lana. It may look like the blame lay in with her sister. Then when she saw the scene, she would ask for my aid. So you assisted Miss Sky. Told her to arrange all the evidence. Had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I had 2 pieces of evidence. Before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence. You mean those items in your safe? Why? For insurance, of course. Insurance. I was sure my plan would work, but always best to prepare for the worst. Wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder of that girl coming. You mean you were calculating this far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See that jar fragment? I had the most liable part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the parts. But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the messes on this jar too? Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come now, Righto. Cough it up already. I know you have it. You're waiting for Mr. Wright. So I admit to it then, Chief Grant. That you were hiding the cloth to cut off the victim's wet vest in your safe. Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. That's right. Save for yourself. Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have evidence you could present. Foolish move, Righto. You should have shown it before it was too late. It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. Don't have to mess up here. The victim's mine. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Alright, then let's see this conclusive evidence. Episodes of Axie Murder, Prosecutor Marshall. The cloth, with Emma's fingerprints on it. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut off this piece of the victim's vest. No, yes, at last you finally brought it out onto the open. It's a handprint on the piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that it immediately be sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather. There must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. You mean, it could not have been forged. Must be authentic, conclusive evidence. You're slow on the uptake as ever, Righto. What? Think about it. Righto had the time prints as evidence, yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know his fingerprints are on it. Mr. Wright, do you really know? Whoever this fingerprints belongs to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well, I'll tell you. Should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person whose fingerprints are on these are Emma's. We've established that already, right? We established that already. Emma, Sky? What? They're mine? Sorry, Emma, but why? Why didn't you tell me? You're really something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still try to pin the murder on me. So you're true. That girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. Hold it. You monster, Miss Sky. You knew those fingerprints, those were all along, yet you act like she really didn't. Miss Sky. It's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Ha, but I'm afraid it's over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career, too. Whoever's concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the offense is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to ask how this feels? Feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? Before I do that, just one little thing I'd have to clear up. Oh? And what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? What? Chief Grant. You are absolutely right. Piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It's Emma Skye, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, Smooth Cloth contains a crucial contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is this fool blabbing about? Talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is. Alright, this piece of cloth. What could possibly contradict? Chief Grant. Tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts. Do I have something that contradicts it? I don't think I do. I don't think I have anything. Wait, why is he coughing up blood? Why did he cough up so much blood? That's not it. I mean, it's the only thing I have. You know what exactly this is supposed to be? It's a picture Miss Skye took. Take a good look at it. See where the piece of vest was cut off? Yes, its shirt is showing underneath. Try to make out with all the blood on his vest, though. Exactly my point. His chest was soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs no doubt were punctured. Blood poured out from his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth. The cloth is clean. Since Emma Skye's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Miss Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No, this is nonsense. Now then, Chief Grant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. So, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Skye? The one who admitted to arriving at the scene first, picked up the unconscious prosecutor and impaled him on that armor sword. Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write his name on the jar with the victim's blood, a jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue, and make Mama believe her sister did it. Ooh, Grant's losing it. Remember what you admitted to only moments ago? That you personally cut off this bloodless piece of victim's vest. Ironic, isn't it? Through the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. Yeah, there we go. Finally all over. There it is. That was close, Wright. You almost had me. Sorry, but you have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, this piece of cloth is illegal evidence. What nonsense is this? Legal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Reggie? Earlier, O'Reilly here concealed this piece of cloth. So then, what's this excuse, Riley? You have some conclusive evidence, don't you? No, that's true. Defense did refuse to present evidence. At the most, the piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. That's not fair. It's like the last laughs on you, son. Oh, but the book says it can be in the event of something. I'm afraid Mr. Grant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, true. The evidence cannot be used to convict a person, assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Mr. Wright? Seems at last, the time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Mr. Wright, do you admit it? It's purposely and illegally concealed this piece of cloth. No. Wait, no? Did I not? What did this book say again? No evidence shall be shown. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. it wasn't registered, but it is important to the case. So, I guess technically no, I didn't. Percent at 1 point. So the evidence is illegal. No, it isn't, Mr. Grant. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. Oh, it's that it wasn't relevant then. That I couldn't. There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. No, Edgy, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward. There's only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well. Let us settle this once and for all. Earlier you said you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your contradiction was not in violation of the law, then do so now. That would be evidence law. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's that? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at the point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth. Nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying I did not have approval from the police department. Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What? What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy, just take a look at the picture and... Sorry, but can you recall when this picture was when that picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No, he's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Grant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. No. It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, Chief of Police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person who could that have been. Damon Grant. The killer was you. Freak out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no, he's losing it. Oh god, he's losing it. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years, he's been snooping around the apartment trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Star and then convinced Bruce Goodman. Yes, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find the truth. Please, you've got to help me. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Chief Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost items report. I went with him to the evidence room. And all of a sudden, he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, officer? Can't transfer the evidence out. There's too many questions left unanswered. He opened his evidence locker, and as he was taking the evidence out, he said, "It's not too late. I'm gonna hand all this over to Marshall." Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it. That accursed weapon, that accursed knife. You couldn't just pull it out, so you would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worried so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake. The bloody handprint. Detective Gumshoe's locker. It used to be known as a crime computer. Everyone here has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk. What's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Damn. Leaving the prosecution cars aside, how could you get Miss Sky involved in all this? Well, she had as fragment and the glove. Yeah. Looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me were the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Udgy. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Damon Grant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You are once a fine investigator, an example to others on the force. Sorry I learned that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Wright here. And Edgeworth. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. Melodious cries of their victory. Or something along those lines. I actually skipped it. There are two things I want you to understand. Yes, first, sister would never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Grant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years, from the time I had Grant help me forge evidence up until today. So, seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. Sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all your troubles. My, what high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you just might make it to the top. Oh, look at that smile. She probably hasn't smiled like that in 2 years. I owe you my thanks, Miss Wright. Miss Sky. To you, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few years. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal this has been for you. It was nothing. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you, and yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it, I only did my job. Now in this case, it seems a good self-examining is in order for us all. Miss Sky, yes, Your Honor. Your innocent murder of her, however, whether the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. Trial be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Something amusing about all this? Or are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time that I've felt free of these heavy chains. Yeah, look at her smile. So happy for her. We did good. We did good, Chad. Proud of this. Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Lana Sky, not guilty. Just like that, chat. Just like that. That is all. This court is adjourned. Oh, alas, it's finally over. Emma. A long face. I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook, but at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. Notice I did, just now, after the trial ended. I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Miss Wright. Mr. Wright, and to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well. You know, I did my best too, but Lana didn't say a single word to me. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Gumshoe, you do this every single time. Oh, I guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a guy detective run all around while on duty. Top it off, you call me here? Clean happier people at funerals. Hey, lighten up, pal. I'm only kidding. Oh? You here because of my sister again? Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Lana. Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day, 2 years ago, was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess. Sis, ask Grant to help me cover up the truth. I thought if I was doing for your sake. But now, I realize I was wrong. Changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through these past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you're only doing it for me. No. Huh? Turned my back on you that day. Hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you. Sis. Such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Yeah, look at that smile. They're a happy family again. Please, yes, I was about to say, please hug. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in doing so, we can find a way back to our rightful path. It is from there that we can move towards a brighter future. Oh, that's so sweet. I love this game. At least that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up. Mr. Wright and Mr. Gumshoe, thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth, stop hiding and come over here. Where was he hiding? I just came to say, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right, well, I'll be going now. Ms. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We're the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I cannot correct my mistakes. Master Edgeworth? Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Grant was right. Oh, he's scared of becoming Grant. That's fair. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them, but in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows? Given enough time, I might still have tried to pull something like That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Grant and your mentor, Manfield von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime, but they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime on your own, you need a weapon. Maybe true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. You're working together with Mr. Wright. Because of that partnership, you're able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Oh, yeah. What is this, a pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright, show him what Lana's talking about. Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I wouldn't be able to find on our own. What the fuck is that? Was that anything? Do I just show anything? Or is there something specific I have to show? The evidence list. Because we both had a piece of it. That might mean something to you, but I don't see how it has anything to do with our partnership. Huh? Mr. Wright, it seems you still have a lot to learn as well. I guess it wasn't the right piece of evidence.
Objection!